Hey there, sports bettors. Welcome to BetRepublic's Daily Line. Today, I'm going to take a look at the NBA. Over at BetRepublic.com, we got guys sharing their picks, sharing messages with each other. And so far this year, I'm off to a 15-4 run to start the NBA. Again, every one of those 19 plays shared with my teammates over at BetRepublic.com. I'm doing quarter bets. I'm doing side bets, I'm doing totals, I'm doing team totals. A lot of it is math-based stuff that I call profiles, situational plays based on shooting percentages, based on previous night's performances, based on colliding trends where you'll have two teams who are both heavily to the over in the last couple games. The public's tendency is automatically that it continues. I say the pendulum starts to swing the other way and even out. So I have these colliding trend plays. I've got a lot of profiles based on back-to-back games, and I'll give you the numbers and the records for these subsets and different types of bets broken down by back-to-back two home games in a row, whether going home and then traveling away the next night, two road games back-to-back, or going away to home. Because players react differently in each of these situations. Some players play well going home away if they're playing the second game on the road. They like to get away from home, like to get out there on the road and cheat on their wives. Some guys, those same guys, don't play as well. Back-to-back situations, and the scenario is away to home. Why? Because sometimes the National Enquirer writes articles about them. They don't want to go home and have to face their angry wives, like golfers have to on some occasions. Anyway, you got a lot of different types of plays I use. Some of them based purely on emotion, some based on previous night scores. We scored another winner last night. Perfect example. You saw the Memphis Grizzlies blow a 14-point fourth quarter lead to the lowly Clippers in L.A. 33-7 was the score of the fourth quarter. They had to go and play the next night in Dallas. Jumped all over it, pubbed it out to my teammates. Said, let's buy the Utah Jazz -3 in the first quarter. You know Memphis is going to come out flat. And also, Memphis on the second game of back-to-backs tends to have high-scoring first quarters. They don't play a lot of defense. So let's take the over, hit both of those. Next bet up, the one I want to talk to you about, the next play I'm going to make is going to be with the New Jersey Nets. Go for the history books. On Wednesday night, the Nets will get a visit from the Dallas Mavericks. Now the Nets, as you're probably aware, started off this season 0-17. After 0-16, they fired their head coach, Larry Frank, who was constantly being undermined by Kiki Vandeweghe anyway by sticking his nose in the locker room, trying to run the team. Well, it's been announced that Kiki will take over temporarily with co-coach Del Harris at his side for the rest of the Nets season. And the rest of the Nets season isn't going to amount to much more than the first 17 games. As a matter of fact, I'd place money on it right now if a book would take it, that the Dallas Mavericks will have more wins right now at 13 than this Nets team will by the end of the season. This team is a mess. They're homeless. I think they're going to relocate to Newark next year, and then maybe they want to be in a new stadium in Brooklyn the year after that. Their owner is trying to sell, a businessman from Russia. He's trying to get them into Brooklyn, but that all has to be approved. There's a lot of things that have to happen first. But in the meantime, the current owner is treating these guys like a fire sale. Cutbacks on everything from front office personnel, staff, to food and the planes and then the locker rooms. It's not a good scenario. It's not where players want to be. We're going to expect to see some of these guys traded and sold off also for the end of the year. But these guys fired Larry Frank, a shamelessly transparent move designed to avoid 0-18 and deny basketball fans worldwide the opportunity to laugh their asses off. That opportunity comes up anyway tomorrow night with new coach Kiki on the bench. Dallas Mavericks come into town 7-3 straight up and against the spread on the road. Probably going to be an 8 to 9 point favorite in this one. And the Mavs are 4-1 against the spread as road favorites. Now, for sports bettors and for sports fans, the only thing more fun than rooting for your team to win is rooting for the other team to lose, especially when it's a hapless schmuck group like this New Jersey Nets team. Mine's not out yet, but I'm going to be all over Dallas tomorrow night. If nothing else, just for the fun of it. Think of the pressure these New Jersey Nets are in, going to set a new record for most losses out of the gate if they start off 0-17, 0-18. They're tied right now at 0-17 with two other teams. Can you imagine the pressure they're under from the fans, from the press, from their family, and from sports bettors and guys like me that would be in the stands yelling and screaming, having a good time whooping it up, rooting against them? That's my play for tomorrow night. Be sure to join us over at BetRepublic.com. Just want to do this little quick hitter here. Remind you the Daily Line Show every day, Monday through Friday, talking about the lines, games, opinions, sides, and totals for that night from a bettor's point of view. And, of course, the Football Blitz Show where we tackle the NFL and go every game from east to west, cover every one of them from a bettor's point of view, sides and totals, give you our picks, plays, analysis, and basketball too. See you over at BetRepublic.com.